What's going on, people? My name is Ryan, and this is my free mind. Today what we're speaking about is why is it that you will know that you have something to do, you will know that, you need to work on that side hustle, you need to work on that business, you need to go and study. Why is it that you will know that you need to do these things, but you will find the motivation to go and watch Netflix or again, scroll on social media instead of doing the thing that you actually need to do? Now, dopamine may be the problem or the key to actually uncovering why that is. Now, for those who don't know, dopamine is a neurotransmitter. It's the thing that triggers off your reward system in your brain, essentially making you feel like you're getting some sort of reward from the activity that you're doing. Now, obviously, the more dopamine that's released into the body is the more you feel like you're getting some sense of reward, and it's the thing that actually is the foundation of most addiction. There are other neurotransmitters that play a part in that process, but dopamine is one of the overarching things that we're dealing with when we're talking about addiction. If you look at going into the casino, if you're looking at scrolling on social media, these things are specifically built in certain ways to increase the dopamine that's released into your body that makes you feel like you're getting some sort of reward from this activity. And that is the reason, so not the only reason, but it's a main part of the reason as to why we get addicted to doing certain things, whether it be porn, sex, bad relationships, gambling, alcohol, whatever it is. Dopamine is always a major part of that addiction. Now, why is it now that when it comes to doing the things we know we should do and doing the things that we know we shouldn't do, why are we drawn to doing the negative ones? Well, the reason as to why that is because the dopamine is being released at a higher amount, a higher volume than when you're doing your studying, right? Now, there's an aspect of dopamine that's released in all or at least most activities that you do, right? So you base your priorities, like if you ask yourself this: how and why do I prioritize things the way I do? Yeah, and usually it's because there's this subconscious filtering system that the brain has where it says, well, what task am I going to get more dopamine from? Right? So subconsciously we'll say, well, scrolling on social media, I will do, even though I know it is not as important as working on my side hustle, simply because subconsciously the body knows what activity is going to get most dopamine from. Yeah, so this is the reason as to why, even though consciously you say, I know I need to study, I know I need to do this business, I know I need to, write my essay, your brain says, yes, but social media is the better one to do. I'm gonna get more dopamine from that activity, so we prioritize that. Yeah, so most people, a lot of the clients that I coach will say, I can't find the motivation to do this, I can't find the motivation to study, I can't find the motivation to work on the side hustle. But in actual fact, when you look at it, you can't find a motivation for the hustle, the side hustle, or the business, but you can find the motivation to binge watch Netflix for 5 hours straight. So the problem here isn't finding motivation. The problem here is that you're subconsciously prioritizing other things and then diverting your motivation from the thing you should be doing to the thing that you shouldn't be doing, based on the subconscious knowing that you will get more dopamine from the negative. Now, if you study and you look into things like social media, you will see that they made it specifically to trigger off the part of your brain that deals with addiction, right? Dopamine. Now, of course, this is just the first video to explain why it is that we prioritize things in this way. Video that's to come will be how we can actually heal, or how we can use dopamine to our advantage. If we're able to rewire the brain in a certain way where it gets the dopamine released from the tasks that we know that we should do but often don't want to do, then of course we'd be living a different type of life. That is one of the videos that will be coming soon. But for this one, it's why is it that you do the things that you know you shouldn't do and neglect the things that you know you should? Dopamine is the key to the answer.